we are going to continue with our cost allocation. However, in this problem, exercise 4b-2 in your textbook, we will be allocating service department that provides the most services to other service departments and also operating departments. Now, note that I said that the service department that provides the most services will allocate, in this case, to the janitorial service department, but the janitorial service department will not allocate any costs back to the service department. That would be a reciprocal arrangement, which we would not, or we will not be covering in this class. So, let's read the problem. Madison Park Co-op, a whole food, grocery, and gift shop, has provided the following data to be used in the service department cost. Using the step-down method, allocate the cost of the service department to the two operating departments. Allocate administrative first on the basis of employee hours, and then janitorial based on the space occupied. Now, because they asked for the method to employ is the step-down method, they tell us for the step-down method, they're telling us to use the administrative department to allocate the cost to the service department janitorial as well as the operating. And the choice is based on what service department provides the most services to the other departments, including the service department. So in this case, the service department admin provides more services than janitorial does. So service department cost will be allocated based on janitorial, the grocery, janitorial for the service department, and the operating department, groceries and gifts. Now they tell us that the actual administration would be based on employee hours. Well, because we are allocating the cost to janitorial and the grocery department and the gift department, we would go to see what the employee hours are. So for janitorial, it's 160. For groceries, it's 3,100. And for gifts, it's 740. So if you add the three departments, 160, 3,100, and 740, that's a total 4,000 employee hours. So 160 divided by 4,000 multiplied by the 150 will be allocated to janitorial. The grocery department is 3,100 employee hours divided by the 4,000 times the 150,000. The groceries department would be allocated 116,250. And then the gifts would be 740 employee hours divided by the total hours of 4,000, which is 27,750. Now we know the janitorial cost is only allocated to the operating departments. But before we're not just going to use the 40,000, we're going to use the 40,000 plus the 6,000 administrative department allocation, and we have to allocate $46,000 janitorial cost to the operating department's grocery and gifts. And that is based on square feet, the space occupied. So the space occupied in the departments receiving the allocation is groceries is 4,000 and gifts is 1,000. So for the janitorial cost allocation of 46,000, you would take 4,000 divided by 5,000, the 4,000 plus the 1,000, times the 46,000, that would be 36,800, and the 1,000 divided by the 5,000 would be 46,000 times times 1,000 divided by 5,000, which is 9,200. So as you can see, both service departments' balances are zero, which costs were allocated. And then the operating cost would be their cost plus the allocated cost. So total cost after allocation is $2,473,050 for groceries, and gifts would be their departmental cost plus their allocated cost, which is $986,950. What I do want to point out to you is there's other allocation processes performed, and one example would be the depreciation in a company with many different departments. Well, depreciation is very easy to allocate the cost to the departments, and it's based on the depreciation for each department, because you do separate in fixed assets by departments, and then you would allocate the total depreciation to the various departments. This happens too with electric. Electric is often allocated based on square footage, so you would take the total electric and then allocate it based on square footage. These are examples of other allocation processes, not just to operating departments, but all departments. Our focus in this chapter is strictly the service department supporting the operating